Welcome to episode 26 of the Modern Day Morons podcast. I'm your host, Liam.
Braden. With Jacob.
Jacob, your mic didn't registered like half a decibel of that, so it was...
I'm Jacob.
That's very great. Before we hop into it, we got a quick word from our sponsor, Decide. Are you like our friend Luke? Do you hate rats, mice, and other vermin? Do you want to eliminate vermin without worry about your kids drinking rat poison? Well, do we have a solution for you? Decide, the rat problem solver that is 100% non-toxic, non-poisonous, and non-hazardous to children. See why thousands choose Decide over more traditional methods of rodent extermination. Now you may be asking, what is Decide? How does it work? Is my life worth living? Are we in a simulation? Well, you're in luck because half of those questions are about to be answered in this new commercial for Decide. But first, remember, if you're convinced after you watch the commercial, go to treatacide.com/MDM to get 50% off. That's 50% off when you go to treatacide.com/MDM. Enter our promo code RATKingKilla for an extra 10% off and free shipping. They're basically giving this stuff away, guys. Now, a quick commercial break. We appreciate you as you stay tuned. That's not the button I meant to hit.
That's
Okay, we're going to mute our mic. So yeah,
where was the MC double rap there?
Pardon?
I thought you said there was an MC double rap in the pre-show.
Rap. No, I put like my little. I meant like I put
gotcha.
it for the ad lib. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, that's Decide.
great. Thanks, Decide.
Decide rocks. I love that. It works every time, you know.
Holy war in your walls. Hard to.
Yeah, we had a cockroach problem back when I was a kid, and that's what my dad did too. So it's crazy.
Yeah, those roaches will get you. So Jacob, what brand of frozen pizza? There's only one correct answer in this troll.
I mean, it's just the Costco one. It's the cheapest.
I respect
from our sponsor, Liam.
Yes.
It's it's Costco Kirkland brand frozen pepperoni pizza. She does the trick. I'm a busy boy. I need a busy boy pizza.
That's fair. That's fair. I respect that. Is it good?
Brand disloyalty.
Sorry.
All right, nice.
I mean, frozen pizza.
Looking at Liam as I ate it, but here we are.
Hey, I'm like, I know my frozen pizza. I'm just saying, frozen pizza is like Chinese food, where it's like high floor, low ceiling. Like bad frozen pizza is still frozen pizza, and good frozen pizza is still frozen pizza. Like it can only be so good, and it can only be so bad. Oh,
I've had some
your first time seeing me with my mop chopped. It's actually real depressing. I miss my hair so much.
I'm gonna be honest. Off the hair topic, back on the pizza topic. Delissio Rising Crust is probably the most supreme frozen pizza I've ever laid eyes upon.
Why are you snapping, Braden?
I don't know.
Felt
right. Yeah. I don't want to clap into the mic for the listeners.
Was that a high school thing, or was there something where instead of clapping, you're supposed to snap, or like
that was a preschool thing, I think, because kids are loud as hell.
And it lasted until fucking high school.
Yeah, maybe it was just a school thing.
I always played that game in high school, and I know you guys know it, where everyone claps, and then as it dies down, there's a few survivors who just go.
We just keep going.
Yeah.
And then just see how long the clap can last until it's like an awkwardly long amount of time.
I remember that happened during a Remembrance Day performance. Jacob, you must have been there for that. Liam, I don't know if
probably
you were
was,
around.
But I don't know if I remember it.
Maybe it was.
What grade was this?
You were there third grade, Jake, right?
Oh yeah, this is way early.
And then Liam, you would have been
I didn't come till 7th. Yeah.
But still, no, it was sometime early on. But oh boy, that was a doozy of an awkward moment.
Yeah. Well, you remembered it, so it worked. Also, my eyebrows look fucking malicious. Like I did like fucking Sid from Toy Story 1 vibes.
From
I
yourself?
do kind of wish you when you cut your hair, only cut the sides and like had a mullet.
That's what I should have done, but again, the whole reason for the haircut was to look more professional. And mullet screams a lot of things. It doesn't scream
Mostly profanities.
Yeah.
And slurs.
I will have a mullet at some point in my life, and it'll be neon green.
William's gonna be like a fucking 80-year-old. Finally, I've paid off all my debt. I can finally get this mullet.
And it'll be a glorious moment.
Saying I'm
He'll
living to
die.
80 is a pretty generous estimate.
Well, you better get on that mullet then. If you don't think you're gonna make it till 80.
If I die when I'm 40, then I've already lived more than half my life.
That's a fun thought.
Well, could live till 100.
Have you heard of the term irreversible damage? Because my doctor sure as shit has.
I've heard it thrown around once or twice. Yeah, probably not as many times as you.
But hey, the boys are quitting vaping on
I don't believe it.
Wednesday.
This will be the last time you see this on the podcast.
My other vape's empty. I'm just using Juul, and Juul's weak ass compared to what I was before. So I basically already quit.
How much money, both of you? How much money do you think you've spent on vaping overall?
Collectively? Okay.
Well, I've bought
just
9
you
vapes.
alone, Braden. Like how much?
Just me?
Each of you, how much do you think you've spent?
Well, I've bought like
total,
9 vapes, and those are minimum 50 a piece. So that's 500, we'll say. And then on pods, probably like 1,500. 1,500 would be at the high end. I'd say probably 1,000. Honestly, I think 1,000 would be a good estimate.
Damn,
and most of that comes from me constantly quitting and destroying my like $50 vape and then buying another one.
Yeah,
probably $1,000.
I'd say 1 to 1,500. Like
what?
David's 1,000
1,000.
to 1,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Anywhere between 1 and 1,500.
Yikes.
No.
Well,
it's fun though. It's not even. Yeah, no, that's fair, but it's not like I don't even consider that a waste of money. Like it's been a ride.
It's been several years at the very least. It's not like you spent $1,000 on nicotine.
Don't do nicotine, kids.
Yeah, like it's been since I graduated. Because I literally got the Juul on my graduation trip.
I remember you coming back with it. That was a fun time.
Dude, I made so many friends in uni. Just like, hey, Juul dry. And then I probably have like herpes from that, but like half my Eng class has hit my Juul. This is a different Juul. This is the one I got in Alberta when I came in August.
Half my Eng class has hit my Juul.
Yeah, I'm totally going to get herpes of an engineering class.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be the fun type. It'd be like some kid was born with it.
Hepatitis A plus, fucking nerd.
I have hepatitis A through Z.
Jacob, did you know there's hepatitis D now?
What?
They're on to D.
We are actually really. Is this like license plates? How many hepatitis?
I don't want to fall for this.
Hepatitis D's nuts.
Oh, there it is.
There you go, Braden. You got.
I got.
Did you get it?
I do.
I think you got it. Anyway, Panic, you missed our Holy Rap Wars commercial. Or you might have seen it, I don't know. But it
was pretty enjoyable.
It's pretty good.
I laughed quite a bit.
So boys, how's your work week been, Liam? How was working with your boss?
Pretty good. I mean, impressed her. Talked to her. She was only there for about like 1.5 stops. So it's pretty easy, but it went pretty good. She asked me, do I plan on moving up in the company? And I was like, well, I kind of evaluate every opportunities as it arises. So I would definitely look at an opportunity like that. And I said it more professionally because I'm good at like random bullshit on the spot. Like my one good thing.
Do you plan on moving up in the company? Maybe.
We'll see.
Might have some Dabadool. Nice hot bowl of Dabadool. Think it over. Be like, that's a spicy meatball of a job position.
Say that right through her face.
I don't think she's definitely not Italian.
No, but it'd be funny.
Okay, cool. Fun. Exciting.
But yeah, new job's pretty lit. I just pretty much drive around all day. Make chocolate bars look nice. I do like the drive. I've listened to just podcasts and audiobooks nonstop. And also, it's made me just angry at how fucking Halifax is designed in driving. My biggest pet peeve with Halifax driving isn't even the drivers. And it's this one thing they do all the time. And it's, you'll be driving, and most roads in Halifax are 2 lanes, we'll say. And sometimes, most of the time, they'll add a left lane for a left turn or a right lane for a right turn. Sometimes that lane becomes both. It's forward and left, or forward and right. And then at random intervals, they just become left turn only or right turn only. And it's bumper to bumper cars. So by the time you realize, you just have to make a right turn. And it is the most infuriating thing. The other one that got me is I was coming off, I think it's the 102, like as it went on to Bedford. Like if you took it further, you would go to the airport, but there's an exit. I think it's 2A or 2B to get on into Bedford. And there's a yield sign. And every other highway exit I've been on in Nova Scotia, when there's a yield sign, they give you a merge lane. So then you have time to get over. But this yield sign, the road just spits you out into the lane of traffic. So I had to like slam on my brakes because I didn't want to get it. But they should probably have like a merge lane for an off-ramp of an exit.
It's true.
So this was merging onto or off of a highway?
Basically off of one highway. I guess, yeah, onto a main street. It's like the street, like the street Chitburger's on? Chick-fil-A, whatever.
Chicken burger?
Chicken burger. Yeah. How you normally
burger? Chicken burger.
So you normally be coming down that main street and take a left at the Chicken Burger to go into Bedford. This was if you took a right on that like T and went off to the highway. It was off the highway onto that street, but I thought there'd be like even a little bit of a fucking merge lane. Like usually there's even like just 2 or 3 car lanes.
No, it's like what, 6 feet there? 8 feet maybe?
But it's just like you spit into.
Mm-hmm. There's like a nice little like triangle and a tree blocking you, basically. Some grass and a tree, and then you're right onto the road.
To be fair, it's only 50 there.
Yeah, but the ramp is so. Speed. I mean that is fair, but the ramp is so short because like it's just like I'm going like 110, sometimes 130 on the highway. I hit the ramp, and then all of a sudden it just. But man, I'll tell you what added 10 minutes to one of my trips. I was going to the Twin Pool Superstore, and I'm on Twin Pool. And then I don't know, Jacob, do you know where the Twin Pool Superstore is? There's like the little shopping complex. I didn't even know it existed. Behind Twin Pool, there's a Canadian Tire, a Superstore, and a Wendy's.
I don't. I might, but I wouldn't say yes for sure.
Do you know like Twin Pool Road though? Like, do you know what road? Yeah. So it's like it's weird because it's like on the inside. But anyway, so I'm on Twin Pool. I take a right, and there's this little side street I have to go down to turn into the Twin Pool Superstore. And some man with 3 to 4 shopping carts tied together, and bare minimum 20 bags of bottles. I'm saying 30. I couldn't even see any shopping carts. I just saw a couple wheels at the front and back. Yes.
Haley, long hair, kind of, but he's old.
Yes, he was an old Asian guy.
Old Asian guy. Oh, okay, different guy. I was thinking of a different guy. Never mind.
Okay. He has like 20 to 30 bags of bottles, and I go in, and there's a car behind me, and I slow down because he comes out onto the road, and his convoy fully blocks the road. There's no going past, and now I have a car and a truck behind me, and as he's going, the back end, one of the bags has a hole in it, breaks open, and cans start coming out. And so now he stops his convoy parked in the road, and he's picking up every single bottle, and some of them are like plastic bottles. The wind's blowing them. He's going like 10 feet this way, 10 feet that way, collects them all, throws them in the bag, and then he's like, okay, there's a hole in it. So he picks it up from where the hole is at, but he never tied the top of it. So he just goes, whoop, and all the bottles go again, and I wait another 8 minutes. Like, it's to the point where there's just cars all the way behind me. This is not a large street, and it's backed up all the way. I think I should put my car in park and get out and help him. I'm about to, because it's been 10 minutes. And everyone's just like, what the fuck is going on? There's like horns in the background. And he finally just gets all his bottles and just shimmies off to the side. And we all just, but it was dead ass, like 10 to 15 minutes of him just picking up bottles. And my heart sank so much when he picked it up from the hole and they all just came out the top. I was like, ah.
You hate to see it. To be fair, though, that poor fella had to do all that. And, I mean, he needs those bottles. Like, that's his money,
But I don't know why he waits so long. Like, he has, 30 bet. Like, I don't know where there's a bottle depot near there. It would take him days to get to a bottle depot with that convoy. Like, it's 4 to 5. It can't fit on the sidewalk. Like, he has to take the roads, and there's cars on the roads. Like, it literally, because it's like a convoy, but it's like got a weird twist in it, and yet it moves like this. So it's like a moving L that sweeps everything. Yeah, it's the Monday Morons podcast.
Yeah, Monday Morons.
Certified
Monday
fresh.
Morons stands for we don't know what day of the week we're going to do it on.
Never
So
do.
you guys,
That's how it goes.
have you guys been watching that Squid Game? I've watched like half of episode 1.
I've heard so much about it all of a sudden, and no, I have not.
I
Something I
have
haven't
watched 6 or 7 episodes.
What do you think?
It's all right. I think I understand the hype behind it. I really do. But the characters are a pain in the ass at the start. Like, the first 4 episodes, the characters are just fucking annoying.
Favorite show since Breaking Bad. Jesus.
It's a good show, though. Like, the premise is cool. But, like, it's hard to watch it and be like, I like these characters. Because they're all meant to be bad people.
Yeah, the first character I've seen just seems like a piece of shit. It's
so they're all shitty people kind of thing, or like in a bad situation. So it's hard to like the characters and you're like, all right, well, this is my cast. I'm stuck with these people if I want to watch the show kind of thing. But it's a good show. It's just the characters were a little annoying for me. But I mean, I'm on like episode 6 or 7. So I mean, it's not enough of a deterrent.
It's crazy how viral the show is, John. It's on pace to become Netflix's most watched show of all time.
It's kind of crazy.
Netflix, I've always maintained Netflix made good TV shows and shit movies. And I stand by that. Because Netflix, like, it had, at one point, even before all these new shows, there was House of Cards. There was, Narcos was a great show. And then a bunch of other just underrated
Daredevil
shows.
was good as fuck.
Daredevil. I can't even think of all the Netflix shows, but there's like a lot of banners. I think you should leave with Tim Robinson's about. Like, Netflix does produce good fucking content.
With Bob and David.
Oh yeah. Although that's not Is that Netflix?
It was Netflix. It was from like it was the same format as like Mr. Show though, which is HBO.
Oh, okay, yeah. Umbrella Academy, that's a good show. Midnight Gospel's a great show, although Drayden sleeps on it.
It's solid.
No, you're wrong.
You know what we can disagree on though, Liam. Speaking of shows where you don't hate the characters.
Hey, Lemon.
Ted Lasso. What a wholesome show. Great show.
It's a very wholesome show.
I got Liam to watch it. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I watched it in like 3 days. It's pretty solid. If you have an iPhone, you get like Apple TV for like 3 months. And it's just it's a feel-good show. It's a show that makes you all warm and fuzzy and want to be nice to people. Show.
It's wholesome. It's really good. Well written.
And I do have to recommend Tokyo Revengers. Finished rewatching that. Then it turns out
rewatching it.
Well, I rewatched it.
Well, he's not allowed to watch any other anime.
Yeah, I rewatched it with my sister, and then it's only like 24 episodes, and then she then read the next issue of the manga and keeps threatening to spoil the cliffhanger ending.
Cocksucker, kicker in the teeth.
Wow.
But and then it turns out, Jacob, you watched the show too, right? You watched it on Crunchyroll, I imagine.
No.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, so you probably saw the uncensored version. I watched the censored version.
Fuck, I look like watching censor. What do you listen to?
No,
Censored
but
music too?
but the censor isn't obvious. Because the thing they censor is gang violence, but there's a lot of gang violence. The show is
The
about
show
gang
is about
violence.
gang violence.
But how they censor it is like when they have all the motorcycles lined up. In the uncensored version, you can see them all super clearly. But in the censored version, the headlights are like, oh, it's like a wide white bar across the screen that just kind of looks like it's you wouldn't know it's censored by watching it. It's not like a censor bar. And then they just like cut like a couple. It's weird. Like when a character grabs another character, it cuts like 3 frames in the censored version. There's like a comparison.
What about
video.
when they like gang stab each other?
No, I saw all that. Yeah, like I saw like all the
cut
blood,
out the premise
all the
of the
gore.
show.
What's the point of
It
the
just cuts to
censor?
Teletubbies between every gang fight.
Here, I'll show you guys.
I truly don't understand. Yeah, bring that clip up.
Because
How you gonna censor a gang fight show? It just doesn't make sense.
Fuck, 1 second. Because it's like it's very like it's not super noticeable. Shay is the one who pointed it out because he's like, yeah, I think Crunchyroll just has the censored version. StreamYard, share screen, Chrome tab. So yeah, so it's like I'll turn the volume off. But if you watch it, it's just like uncensored. It stays on like certain scenes more. And uncensored just shows more scenes of like motorcycles and gang violence. Like
They just kind of pad it.
Like right here, like see how it zooms out? Where with on the censored version it just stays a single frame. And like here, it's just him standing instead of him walking and then standing. And then like
weird.
Look at the headlights. I didn't even notice that with the headlights when I watched it, but it's like it fully like blocks out the gang basically.
There's not even fucking headlights there. There's one motorcycle.
Lens flares.
There's 2 motorcycles now, and they're just like, fuck it. We'll just slap a big white bar on here. What the fuck is that?
So like I don't even know.
That's egregious. I don't understand that in the slightest.
But I mean, I didn't even notice. Like my sister was like, "Yeah, the animation's janky sometimes," and I don't watch enough anime to know that. And then I was like, "Huh? Maybe it's because we're watching this censored version." So I might have to watch it a third time and watch the uncensored version. But I don't really want to do that because I think twice is good for now.
You might as well just pick up a new anime while you're at it.
No, there's no other animes worth watching, Jacob. That's my first problem.
That's where you're wrong, but that's whatever. I don't care to get into it.
Yeah, we already know how that works.
Or don't watch anime. Tristan's just missing out on good content. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
Just
Fuck you,
refuses
Tristan.
to believe that people who draw are capable of making good shows.
It's true.
Just doesn't make sense. What, you're an artist? You can't possibly make good shows. Just doesn't make sense.
But I feel like I've experienced the best of anime, so why experience anymore?
Can we? Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Once you've
whatever.
had the best,
Good.
forget the rest. That's all I'm
Sure.
saying. Anyway,
Sure.
so Jacob,
Braden, okay, sorry, go on.
you did a real fuck up my segue here. Jacob, I heard you joined the 1K gang.
I did join the 1K gang
Big
on
ups.
Friday. Yeah,
Ooh,
Friday.
Hype.
Pretty gnarly. Pretty fucking gnarly.
Exciting times, man. It's crazy.
I'm pretty stoked about it. Still some fat days, some less fat days, but every day's a good day to be alive.
Well,
Ain't that the truth?
I feel like it really depends who you are and where you're located geographically.
100%. What was that? Your segue? That wasn't much of a segue. What did it segue into? You want to talk about me?
Well, okay, fine. From now on, if Jacob hits a milestone or a personal accomplishment, I won't mention it.
Well, I mean, that's not what I'm saying. You said I fucked up your segue, and then your segue was just asking me about hitting 1K.
Hey, Jacob, what were you going to ask me?
Well,
I was just going to ask how work's been as not a Liam position anymore.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's just you got to keep track of a lot of stuff and be on your A game.
Your toesies.
Keep on your toesies and be ready for lots of rejection. It's fun.
You know who's not on their toesies?
Who
is the fucking Intelcom courier who was supposed to deliver my package 4 days ago. Actually, it was 6 days ago. It's 4 days late. Come on now.
You know who else isn't on their toesies today?
What's that?
Fucking Zuckerfuck and his
Facebook is down, WhatsApp is down, and Instagram is down. Globally.
Facebook, 40-year-old Karens losing their minds right now.
Yeah, no, literally. My mom's like, yeah, I think they got hacked. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, I think someone hacked them. And I'm like, why would they hack them? And she's like, just to show that they could. And I'm like, what? I don't think they can hack Facebook. And she's like, well, they hacked that hospital that one time. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Alabama State Medical's firewall is equal to Facebook's firewall. And then she's like, well, right. I don't know if it was in Alabama. And I'm like, and then watch this turn out to be just fucking like anonymous hacking Facebook or some shit.
It'd be pretty fun.
Is Insta back up? That might have fixed it. Not just we like information. We hate viewers who contradict us. So
see, the biggest beef that I would have. I mean, like I was busy today, so it doesn't matter. But if Facebook's down, Oculus Quest VR is also down.
Oh yeah, Oculus was down.
That's right.
I said that too.
Which is the real bummer. Forget fucking who gives a fuck about Facebook or Instagram, but VR. Imagine
these services. Shaking my head.
Whack. Yeah, Insta is up for me now too, but yeah, it's just crazy how like
stuff goes down.
Well, just imagine if like the internet, like a solar flare, just wiped out the internet grid or some shit, and just no one had internet.
That'd be great. It'd be great. We could all finally take a break.
Man, honestly,
I'm still broken.
It'd be awesome, Liam, if you watched Dr. Stone, so I could be like, hey, this reminds me of Dr. Stone. But you haven't. But you should. There's a lot of science in it. You'd probably actually really enjoy it. As somebody who is marketed as not smart, I enjoyed it. So you would probably enjoy it. Not that you're smart, but you're smarter than me.
Jacob.
So
I will not indulge in this. Like, you basically were just like, man, if you were a weeb, we could have been weebs together. But because you're not a weeb, I have to weeb alone.
But I mean, like, I don't understand the quarrel with weeb.
Oh, I have no problem with weebs. I just have no interest in becoming one. Much like squirrels. I love squirrels. They're cute. They like nuts. But it's like, I don't want to be a squirrel.
Fair play. What is this? Facebook whistleblower revealed?
Oh, yeah. I saw this whole... She's like, hey, Facebook bad. And then Facebook was like, delete server.
Facebook's like, who's Facebook? What's all this?
Apparently you can buy Facebook.com, the domain right now. I don't know how that works. But I saw a TikTok that was like, hey, you can buy Facebook.
I fucking love crazy ass like CNN's website here. Like I scrolled down. Doctors baffled. Simple tip relieves years of joint pain and arthritis. Try tonight. Type 2 diabetes? Do this immediately. Watch. And it's just it's 2 fried eggs.
Yeah. Type 2 diabetes? Eat some eggs.
Try this now. 2 eggs. Just fry 2 eggs.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand how news article websites are still a thing.
Well, it's all clips. There are newspapers now, but the newspaper industry is dying, which is kind of sad. Just I like the aesthetic of like an old man with a newspaper.
Walk up, hey, I like your aesthetic, G.
Nice aesthetic.
G stands for grandpa.
It's like I like your aesthetic. We should. Guys, here's my $1 million idea. We open a retail store, and it's the aesthetic store, and we sell different types of aesthetics.
Literally just Urban Outfitters.
No. Urban Outfitters in and of itself is an aesthetic. We sell all genres of aesthetic. We sell old man aesthetic. We sell hipster aesthetic. We sell punk aesthetic. We sell can I speak to the manager aesthetic. Like it's like for
Everyone.
people who are looking for their aesthetic. It's like find your own aesthetic.
So basically, you want to be like a clothes wholesaler.
No, I want to be a
Like a
Have you
Costco
ever been to a
just for
Value
clothes.
Village?
no. I want to be a personality finder. We get like psychologist on board. Okay, you have to take a
Clothing
3-hour
psychologist.
clothing. We personally identify your like inner aesthetic, and then you wear it. You literally wear your heart on your sleeve. Don't think I've ever heard so much aesthetic. I'm telling you, like everyone just wants their aesthetic. You could have the aesthetic. Like it's like, I think it makes sense, right? You could have like
Would you have to like section off the store? Because like you'd have to get like a Costco sized warehouse to fit all of these.
We have
and I feel
no
like you'd have to
inventory.
section it off because like okay.
Because
What I was thinking is like if those people like if skater boys and Karens interacted on the regular to go to your store, it wouldn't be very good.
No, here's what. Well, we do have like we have different rooms, and what you do is it's a 3-day process. Okay, so day 1 you come in, we find your aesthetic. Okay, we find your personality, whatever.
That's
We
awfully
find out
scary.
who you are. Then the customer goes home. We go on Amazon, order products and clothing specific to that aesthetic, put it in a gift package, 2-day shipping. They come back on day 3. We present them their new aesthetic, and we sell the items we bought on Amazon to them at a markup.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the best part is it's all bullshit. We don't need actual psychologists. We can just take random people and just be like, what does this guy vibe? It'll be like vibe checkers.
Just show them a
Vibe
couple
checkers.
slides. Just make a fucking one PowerPoint. Do you like this PowerPoint slide? No? Okay, what about this one? And then you have to rate them from like 1 through 10. And whichever one you put number 1, that's the group we put you in.
We give them a test of like 30 multiple choice questions, each with 8 options. And it's literally just a BuzzFeed test where there's 8 outcomes. You're one of 8 aesthetics. And we just mark it whichever letter they mark down the most is their aesthetic. We just have 8 different aesthetics.
Gotcha.
Although, but this store, I'd want to be my vision. I'd want like 44 aesthetics.
That's a lot of. Is there even that many aesthetics?
There's absolutely 44 aesthetics.
Aesthetics been said so much that semantic satiation is kicking in and my brain's short circuiting.
After you pull out a big ass word like that, I don't know.
Jake,
Aesthetic.
do you know what semantic association is?
Do I look like I know what that is? No.
I thought it was something only I had. It's like when you say a word a couple times and then your brain like loses the word and it becomes a sound, and then you just keep repeating the word and it doesn't like feel like an actual word.
I don't know about that, but I mean it's an entirely different thing. But like sometimes I'm like, when I write down a word, or I'll say the word and then I'll try and write it down. I'm like, this can't be right, but it's how you spell it. Words just don't look like they're spelt right.
Yeah, it's like that's like a different form of it, where it's like it's basically any time your brain doesn't recognize the word, or you kind of like look outward and the word seems odd. Like I get that like all the time with different words. I'll be like word, 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 word,
Word.
Word.
Yeah, here
Word is the word.
Sigma male minute. What?
The SMM
Makes
podcast.
sense. It makes sense. It checks out. Let's do it.
I'm a theta male, so it'd be the TMM podcast.
And instead of being a 60-minute podcast once a week, it'll be a 60-minute long podcast 60 times a week.
Sounds incredible.
Do you mean a minute-long podcast 60 times a week?
Yes.
Okay, counter offer, a second-long podcast 360 times a week.
That sounds like a bad time.
Wait, no, that's not. 60 times 60 is not 360. What's 60 times 60? 3,600?
Damn.
Yes.
A lot of times a week to do a very short podcast.
Quick maths.
Well,
Impressive, really.
it was actually laundromaths because the first quick maths was 360. So, which is 4 or 6 times, whatever. Doesn't.
He'll get there, buddy. He'll get there.
You're getting there.
Moving on, I won my first fantasy football match.
Let's go.
So,
Any money?
Oh, congrats.
No, so it's marked like basically there's 6 people in our lead, and each time you get matched up against one person, and then you either win, lose, or draw them, and then it becomes like your actual standing. So like right now, I'll have 1 win, 0 losses, 0 ties, and then 2 weeks before football's done, we go into the playoffs where the top 4 players make it to the playoffs, and then the first week it's semifinals, and then the last week of football is the finals between the 2 person, and then the winner of that wins the entire league. So it's not like total points. It's basically get enough wins to clinch a playoff spot and then win in the playoffs.
Okay. Sure. Interesting.
Makes sense.
Do you guys know how like fantasy works?
Yeah, my dad's
Make believe.
That's
what I know about it.
No, it's well, I guess technically it's defined as non or as
Is playing Madden fantasy football?
No.
Yeah.
No.
In my
no.
mind, it is.
No, it's not. No. Fantasy is you draft a team and then
No, I know.
Thoughts, Braden. You just hit us with a shower thought. Dude, I don't know what it is, but recently I've been like, I mean, I'm always rather forgetful, but like I keep thinking of things and then I will forget them. Like I have a notebook that I write a bunch of shit in. I have a lot of stuff written down in this notebook, but I often am busy doing something before I go to write it down. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just remember it for 30 minutes and then I'll go write it down. And by the time I'm available to write it down, I always forget it. And it's so annoying. It's very scuffed. And I don't know what to do about it other than stop being so dumb.
I mean, it's just I'm simply built different. I just remember things that need to be remembered.
He's got a good brain.
I should try that.
Yeah, my brain good.
I don't think so. But whatever.
No, Liam's got the best brain. Look at that. Look at that face.
This is so scuffed. Oh, it's awesome. It's great.
Right.
Good job, Liam. So this weekend, I went ziplining yesterday.
Ooh.
For the first time ever. That was fun.
Nice.
I thought my balls receded into my body after wearing the harness for so long, but here we are, still kicking.
Well, they didn't have far to go.
Thanks.
Is that a big balls joke?
No, that's his balls were like already inside him joke.
Oh, okay.
Yes, of course. I do keep them inside of me.
Important for the winter.
Yeah, so that was interesting. Didn't die, incredibly. So
Really?
I'm happy about that. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever been ziplining. It's a little sketchy though.
Oh yeah.
Like you just have to trust all your weight in this one long ass cable and 2 carabiners and a spinny wheel.
I hate the did you get the jerk when it like my thing with ziplining is I always fucking I hate with the jerk when you stop, like you hit the other thing and the harness just fucking like pulls back. Was the course you were on, was it bad for that?
So I mean, like, not overly. The worst thing really, like where I went, Tristan's got it there. Where I went, like the zip lining is fun, but like some of them, we went on the harder courses, of course. I mean, we did some of the easy ones too, but like
I got stuck on the hard course once there.
a lot of it is like you go fucking fast. So when you come to the end of your zip line, you're going fucking fast and you just slam into the stop basically. And you have to grab the rope because if you don't, then you're going to bounce off when you slam. You're going to bounce off and go back to the middle of the zip line and then you got to get rescued. So you fucking slam like 2 feet away from this tree. You slam into the stop and you have to like grab onto a rope tied to the tree and pull yourself in. It was fun, But like a lot of it was, it's not just zip lining. Per course, there was maybe 4 zip lines, and a lot of it was like climbing puzzles. So you like clip yourself onto a big line above your head, and then you got to like go across this sketchy little fucking suspended wood platforms, basically.
It's fun.
I'd be terrible at that. I don't mind heights. I just have terrible balance.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
you also
like,
have to be strong as fuck for some of it.
Yeah, it's like because some of them
all body weight shit.
The footing is just it doesn't work. Like you have to hold on to the fucking cable above you. Because like there was one where it was 2 ladders, kind of like you were on a tree platform down here and you had to go up here. So there was 2 ladders kind of like this, and there was like a foot gap in between them. And of course the wire is running up this way. So the ladders fucking wobble this way, they wobble this way, and it's like, what the fuck? So you step on it, the ladder tips like this, or it tips like this, and you still got to get up to this ladder. So at one point, like, I got to the end of one after almost falling. I just grabbed onto the cable and just like fucking launched forward and grabbed again because I was like, I can't. There's no shot that you hold on with your feet down there.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, that was the sketchiest one. It was fun, but the zip lining was more enjoyable than climbing fucking trees 40 feet up and then being suspended by just a harness.
Isn't the release of going down the zip line so nice after like just hard work for,
honestly,
what I mean?
Like the zip lines were nice, but it was too fast because like it's cool being up high and you get like the view, but you're fucking zooming at like 60 kilometers an hour flying down to one end of the zip line. So I was like, oh, that's a great view. And then immediately
gone.
You have to look back and try and grab the rope or you're going to fucking hit the tree.
Kind of reminds me one time I went to like the SeaWorld or something like that, one of the aquatic like water parks they have, like water parks next to it. And I went to this thing. Exactly, something like that. And they had a tube where you could go through, and there were dolphins. Like, you know what I mean? But it was like a slide. So it's for like 10 feet in the slide, basically. There's open glass, so you can see dolphins all around you, right?
That sounds sick.
But it does, right? You see the commercials all over the TVs down there while you're there, and it seems crazy, right? I'm a kid when I went and did this. I was like, "This is gonna be the craziest thing ever." I was like, "I'm gonna be swimming with dolphins," and then I went down this slide, and it took like literally 0.2 seconds. It's like flat, like bright for a second, and then gone. You're going that fast.
Like taking an airplane for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
you get up to speed, and then you immediately have to stop.
Wouldn't it be nice?
I remember once I was at like a water park and we were doing hardcore water slides. And I don't know if you guys know, but oftentimes the fastest way to go down a water slide, it's like on your knees. You like go on your knees, and just so it's like literally like your shin's the only point of contact. And it's almost like skiing on your knees, and you fucking zip down. Well, this is a big one with a lot of drops and shit. And I go, and at the first half pipe, my knees flip up from under me. And now I'm going down this fucking like water park water slide head first on my back, just fucking screaming, because that is by far the most terrifying way to go down a water slide.
Doesn't sound fun.
No. And that
I was lived
10. I lived, and it was fun. I do like water parks. Water
parks are always sketchy to me. It's like I absolutely trust roller coasters and things like that, because it's like I know that a roller coaster is built by like top level engineers, right? It's like there might be one guy on the team who like was like Liam or whatever, but then there's like most of them are like fucking dudes who have like dreamt their whole lives about being engineers, right? They know what they're fucking doing, right? A slide, part of the deal of a slide, especially at the big water parks, the big scary slides where you could die if someone fucks up here. Part of the deal with slides is the fact that there's a 16-year-old at their first minimum wage job sitting there kind of like half looking over, half flirting with the other person at the top there, like, oh yeah, you're good, go ahead. Anyway, oh yeah, so what's going on with you next weekend? You do anything? Oh yeah, go ahead. Sending kids down these fucking slides. And there's just too much trust being put in that system.
Brayden, did you hear about the senator's son who got beheaded on one of those water slides?
Really?
Like dead ass beheaded.
No.
It was a it was
You said that with a
uh,
smile, and that's fucking terrifying.
Well, it says you're talking about it. I'm
Yeah,
like, man,
no.
this story is relevant. Son, beheaded water. Basically, it was one where it was like a big dip and there was a weight limit. It was in Kansas, and it didn't follow
I
restrictions.
think I did hear about this actually.
And
yeah.
then basically, it has like I'll show a little point of view of the.
They're gonna say I'll show a
slide.
little clip of the action.
But basically, he was in between.
Highlight reel.
His friends wanted to go, and they have like a weight limit, and he was in with
that.
two lighter ladies. And when it went up, like, let me see if I can get like a good like. So when it went down, and when it went up here, he came flying out the middle, and there's like these netting bars at the top, and his head went up past the net, and then one of those bars like just pushed his head clean off, and it got like blood all over them, and the water turned red as it was going down, and apparently it was just like a horrific scene.
No kidding.
Damn. That's awful. What a tragedy. I can't believe we made it 50 minutes and 54 seconds into a recording of a broadcast without horrible tragedy being mentioned.
Hey, you
We were
brought
this
it up.
close.
You brought up water slides being unsafe. If you had just left it as
boy.
is.
That slide looked dangerous as fuck, though.
Yeah, no, that slide, it didn't pass. There was something about it being set up recently and Kansas City having very lax water slide laws, essentially, that allowed for this to occur. Like, other water parks had, like, more stringent regulations, and that Kansas is just like, if they die, they die. And then the senator's son died.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very sad. Also,
Yeah, that's terrible.
Just as we get off the topic of water slide, I always won 20 questions by being a water slide because they can never. I guarantee it was my hat. They never got to water. There was not enough questions to figure out it was a water slide. It's actually like a fantastic. You will never lose a game of 20 questions if you choose water slide. I promise you. They can't narrow it down in time.
No, I'm thinking about it. It makes sense. Because, like, you'd be like, oh, wow.
Because it's not alive, and then, like, it's like, for them to narrow it down to an attraction, if you were just it's hard enough, but a water slide specifically.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I like how Harvey's got this info. It's like, yeah, they just, sent some test dummies. They failed the test, so they just approved it anyways. Makes sense.
Good old lax Kansas City laws on water slides in particular.
I think something that I remember listening to what happened, and he was with a group of two of his friends, and there's some sort of weight limit, like the total weight has to be at least this weight, but not over this weight. And so they couldn't send the three boys together because they were too light. So they sandwiched him in between two females who were also on the lighter side, and the raft itself was just too light, and he just went flying off into the net, and like the net caught him, but then the bar caught his neck, which is sad.
Good.
Also horrifying if you're one of the two girls on the water. Like, imagine you're just at a water park, and then now you have kids' blood on you.
Thank you for that.
I'd rather not imagine that.
And also a headless corpse in between you and your friend, and like this memory is now scarred your relationship with them.
We can stop the.
Because now when you look at your friend, you just
imagery.
see the incident, and so it just ruined a friendship that basically 3 lives were lost that day.
Good on you. Good
So
on you.
Especially the kid that fucking died.
Hitting that home.
Well,
Thanks,
it's
Liam.
like that's like half a life. Like, you ever watch the show 2.5 Men?
I am head out.
Oh boy.
I see what you did there.
Showing up.
You're going to head out.
That was not intentional, Liam.
Yeah. So, anyways, I hit 1K followers, and I'm never bringing Liam on my stream.
Probably a safe bet at this point.
I'm not a liability.
You certainly are.
No,
you have proved that.
You know what you're doing. No, you know what you're going to get. So it's not a liability. It's a risk.
And that's why I said I'm never bringing you on my stream.
Yeah, your stream's not cool enough.
Well, I mean,
pass the cool meter.
Yeah, I think the people there are actually like nice and good. So
Action Park.
You wouldn't be a great fit.
Jacob, you're just a hater. You can't be thirsty. You're drinking all that haterade.
I'm being realistic. That's okay.
Jacob, you can't
my career. I'm allowed to make choices.
You can't justify your hate crimes by saying it's logical.
Well, they're not hate crimes. Lemon, have a good night, dude.
Thanks for all.
Adios, Lemon.
Sorry you stuck around till the end of that.
Yes, Braden is being held hostage by the Russian mafia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's actually a murderer in his flat.
Yeah, but it's just been chill.
Yeah, we have a code.
Like a chill intruder. Yeah.
John Wick's an awesome movie.
Anyway, you guys haven't played. You guys haven't played New World, have you?
No, I see everyone playing it, but it's like $60.
Yeah, new games be expensive.
Imagine Liam caring about $60 and throwing away 9 fucking vapes. What a hoser.
See, there's that hate again, Jacob. You gotta let individuals. No, you gotta let individuals be individual.
No, I mean you're certainly an individual. That's for damn sure.
Jacob, be not the judgmental man, but the curious one.
He was just trying to better
why
himself.
You're so dumb.
He was trying a whole hell of a lot, eh?
I mean, like, how many times do you fail yourself before you just stop trying?
You never stop.
Hopefully, never. Yeah,
that's the difference. You don't have that theta male grind set.
Well, just wasting your money, I guess.
I work 80 hours a week trying to quit vaping, and it has made me $6 million.
Fucking Dairy V over here. What you gotta do is turn in your Nick quit into content. Where's the content?
Bring on the content. Every day I wake up, I make content.
Shout out Dairy V.
Holy fuck, you know Gary V? We all.
Didn't he used to be like a boxer or some shit? Or I'm thinking of
I know.
Schneider.
Gary V's just always been a goober.
He's kind of like that guy who's like knowledge. But
he's like Tai Lopez, but he's more like cocaine high energy.
Yeah,
and scary.
Like you need to make content.
He's like, you need to be working 80 hours a week. You know what I was doing when I was 16? I was working 80 hours a week.
First known as a wine critic.
Yeah, because his family owns
his family's wine business.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's one trick to success is inherit $1 million wine or a multi-million-dollar wine business. That helps with
Oh boy.
He just had a theta male grind set, got born rich.
As a young child, he operated a lemonade stand franchise. In his teens, he often made thousands in a weekend selling baseball cards. Sounds like he wrote it. I think he wrote this one.
He probably did. Oh my god!
Or someone wrote it.
At the age of 14, he entered the family wine business. After college, he grew that company from $3 million to $60 million in just 5 years. Great job, Gary.
It is impressive, but I mean, it's easier to go from 3 to 60 than from 0 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you already have the infrastructure, it's still impressive to expand like that. But I feel like his parents did the grunt work of like establishing
probably just like, here's
$100,
go do some thing, or here's baseball cards, go sell them.
It's like Donald Trump
when he called it a lemonade stand franchise.
Yeah. It's like
that's very funny. The image of that.
Donald Trump was like, yeah, my father, remember, he gave him a small loan of $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the rich get richer. Anyway, on that happy note,
instead of calling himself Gary V, he should call himself Legend Gary.